What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Same Cast Different Day podcast, the show where no topics is unlimited. Well, off limits, I should say. Sorry. No opinions are scripted, and every conversation begins with a fresh perspective. I'm Martel Roland.
And I am Tina Marie. Where did you get that from?
I don't know.
I mean, it's the truth, but
I figure out, start something new thanks to AI writing the script. But yeah, they did. Thank you.
speaking of new stuff, what do y'all think about our new logo?
Yay, new logos. Oh, wait, I don't have an actual picture that you guys can
They should be able to see it behind us.
but yay, new logos. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I,
like
I
it. Yeah.
I've been doing some work while we were off. Well, while I was off, off, whatever.
Yeah, he be doing all the stuff. I don't be doing nothing, y'all. I just show up. I just show up and add some spice.
But she did send me over a video, and I wanted to play it because I found it freaking hilarious. So
why aren't you coming for Father's Day? You know why? You agreed with what that fighter guy said about Michelle Obama. She went to Princeton and Harvard. She's a lawyer. She's the best first lady we've ever had. Easy for you to hate on her from your cheap Tamil couch. I said what I said and meant what I meant. You're wrong. Melania is the best first lady in history. I am MAGA. And whatever MAGA believes is what I believe. You wouldn't know how to be loyal to a belief system. We didn't raise you like this. Where did we go wrong to end up with a liberal daughter? And that's why you won't see me Sunday.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, I found that pretty hilarious. But happy Father's Day. We actually recording this episode today on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and the ones that are no longer here. So there was a video that we showed last week about the guy who basically committed voting fraud and was trying to report himself basically committing voting fraud. So that clip of that from the podcast didn't air until actually today. Like, it released at 6 a.m. this morning. So I've been getting a lot of comments on it throughout the day, and there are people saying like, "Oh, it's still so easy for people to vote illegally." Like, they were saying like, "Oh, you don't have to present any you don't have to get verified for voting when you're voting through the mail." In a video, the guy was saying that they didn't verify him when he was went to go vote in LA and all these other kind of things. And I'm like, I've done mail-in ballots in the past. I voted through the mail, and in order for them to send a ballot to my house, and they only send a ballot to the address that they have on file as you as a registered voter. And when I had requested a mail-in ballot, I have to provide my copy of my picture, my ID, and a valid ID in order for them to verify me to send a ballot to my house. And that's how they get the ballot. But then once they send a ballot to your house, you cannot go in person and vote again because it's automatic. It's going to show already that you've already voted. So these other people, Republicans or these MAGAs, are trying to make it like there's other ways around people voting. I heard somebody once say, and I was like, this was brought up in a conversation, and they were like, well, oh no, that was about government assistance, but they were talking about illegals getting Social Security and all these other kind of things. And I'm like, they have to have a Social Security number to get, any type of government assistance, Social Security, and all these other kind of things. And then I was like, well, they got to have these things to get them. And then they was like, well, they're getting it somehow. I'm like, that's not proving your point. That they're just getting it somehow.
I need receipts. People just be talking out the side of their neck, and it be so irritating. I believe the video that you're referencing was a young male that was trying to prove his point that it's easy to vote. I believe he was in the state of California.
Yeah, to do voting fraud. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. So basically, the person that did the like video stitch with the person explaining how they quote unquote got away with it, they kind of broke it
Mm-hmm.
down where they were saying, you come in, and they only give you a provisional ballot if you meet certain qualifications, and then after you have that provisional ballot, they still do
Verifying
they still end up having to verify it, and if
checks and
they don't,
balances.
yeah, and if they cannot verify it, then that vote does not count.
Exactly. So I'm gonna really need y'all to do your research before you um, put out bad information. I'm gonna say that. So to keep things going, rapper Mystical was sentenced to 20 years in prison in a 2022 sexual assault case. I don't know how old he is right now, but it sounds like he's going to be spending the rest of his life in jail. Because I think he's already like 50 something, maybe close to 60. So my whole thing is like you're Mystical. I mean, you might not have been relevant in 2022, but at the same time, people from your generation still recognize who you are and know of you and all these other kind of things. So why are we?
I believe this is the second time he's going to jail for rape.
Yeah, and it's almost like why is this what we doing? Like you could just be like, I'm Mystical, bitch, give me some pussy, like something. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got some type of clout somewhere, but especially if you go back to your hometown, like, bitch, give me some pussy, I'm Mystical, like I was on BET.
So unfortunately, for a couple of things, right? I feel like Mystical is a brilliant and talented artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to say that I listen to a lot of his music and I liked a lot of his music. Now, just because I say that does not mean that I agree what he's doing in his personal life. But some people are weird. They can have different kinks. And maybe that's one of his kinks. Not saying that it's right, but you can still find somebody that's into like a version of that kink,
Mm-hmm.
it really isn't hard. So it's either the people who was trying to give it to him who want those people, and if he didn't want those people, then maybe that's part of his kink, right? He wanted it for somebody that did not want him, right? But
Mm-hmm.
and again, you can find people that's into all this type of role play, etc., etc., etc. So it really is no excuse at all, especially when somebody is telling you no. Okay, no means no. I don't care how famous you think you are. I don't care what status you have in society. I don't care about any of that, right? Size, everything. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter. If somebody is not into you, then that's okay.
Right. I agree with you. Let's move into some other, I guess we call this like topic celebrity news. UFC president and CEO Dana White condemns fighter Josh Hawkins, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, um, about the nasty false insult calling Michelle Obama a man. Dana said, and I quote, I understand that the Obamas are public figures, but I'm completely against saying nasty things about people's families. Everyone knows my position on free speech, but I hate that kind of nonsense. And quote, that is what Dana White said.
What is this obsession with people saying that Michelle Obama is a man? Why is it because she tall? Is that what it is? Because she clearly is like not a man.
She looks like a full woman to me. I don't get why they say she.
I don't get that. She didn't birth children. What? Like, what is happening? And I mean, she's obtained status in the United States that none of y'all probably will ever see. So what is the problem?
Right.
I don't understand what the problem is.
Because she a black woman.
I believe she went to 2 different Ivy League schools, if I'm not mistaken. She's a lawyer by trade, right? And her husband was the president of the United States twice.
Mm-hmm.
2 times. So what is the issue? Consecutively, correct. So what is the issue, y'all? Like, get up off of that. She seemed like a very sweet, kind person, right? And she seems like she is very interested in just like humanitarianism. Like, I don't get it. She be minding her business. She stay in her lane. She don't bother nobody. She just going about her pleasant little life. And it's like, some people just, I get it. It's like a running joke, but you honestly couldn't find anything else on this woman. So the best thing you could come with is that she was born a man. That's the best y'all could do. I'm sorry.
And them kids look just like her, so it's not like we could be like, oh yeah, she really do. Like, no, that's not how biology
And even
works.
if she was born a man, so what? She still accomplished a lot more than any of y'all would ever do.
Exactly. And speaking of Obama's, Thursday, the day before Juneteenth Day, Obama's presidential library opened to the public. I didn't get to see the opening ceremonies. I know he had a lot of performances there. There was a lot of people. I did see a group of people outside the library. They was doing the electric slide out there to dancing and stuff. So they was having a good old time. It was a party. I was off that day, but I had other stuff going on, and I had forgot that it was even happening. So I went back and saw it, watched clips of it and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm happy to see it. Good thing is they built it in Chicago, which is like not too far away from us. But the only thing is they don't have any openings until November.
That's a good problem to have. That's a good problem to have. It'll be there.
Yeah. So I definitely want to go see it. I want to go visit the library. It's a few of us that's trying to get together and go visit the library. I can't wait. I can't wait to go see it. I've never been to a presidential library. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like I have been, but I probably was like in elementary school, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a very long time, and it probably didn't mean anything to me. Ain't no problem.
Yeah. And then I just realized as doing my research about every I don't know when it goes back to, but a lot of former presidents, they all had these presidential libraries, and I didn't know that these libraries were built in their hometowns.
Yeah,
and I didn't know that. Yeah, I had no idea. So
it looked pretty dope. The performances and stuff. And then of course, I believe I talked to you about that picture. You know, George Bush gonna always find his way to Michelle
every time. Wait,
every single time.
There was another a content creator who pointed out that like when Hillary Clinton and Barack get together, you know, they always talking shit. And then they was like showing like clips of like Hillary and Barack laughing together, and then you can tell they say you can tell they laughing at Donald Trump because he's the only one that's not there. So it was just crazy.
How you hating from the outside of the club? You can't even get in.
That is definitely Trump. Like, and it's crazy because it's like you can see it's only him creating hatred and causing all this hatred that's going on in our country because yes, Bill Clinton is a Democrat, Obama is a Democrat, Biden was a Democrat, but George Bush was there as a Republican, and they get along like best friends. And they're two separate parties, and yet they all get along like best friends. Like, what is we doing? And that's how you know that it's Trump. Do I sound staticky when I'm talking?
No, not to me. You don't.
Okay, that's how you know that it's Trump that's causing all this mess that's going on, this hatred that's going on around this country. It's all Trump.
I love to see it though. I really love that so many people came out in support of the is it called the Obama Center? What is it called?
I just call it the Obama Presidential Library. Some people call it the Obama Presidential Plaza. I don't know. I forgot what it is.
Either which way, it's really big. It looked really nice. Yeah, it does. I was kind of reading something like everything that they offer inside there. It's not just a library. It's a lot of different moving parts.
A lot of his articles and stuff that he wore, stuff that Michelle wore during the presidency, a replica of the Oval Office when he was president is in there. It's a lot of basically historical facts that would be on Obama basically inside that library. Stuff that they basically like hey, this is stuff from my presidential term. I don't want to keep this stuff, because he probably had most of this stuff just stored in his house or in some type of storage area until this library was built. So this is basically stuff that is significant to his presidency that he just didn't want to keep at his house.
So something else I thought was really funny. I have found a clip of, well, not a clip. I found a post from the opening ceremony, and I really like the fact that it was the day before Juneteenth Day when this thing opened. So that was great. Oh yeah, that's the picture. George, be right next to Michelle, bro.
Right next to her.
But the post was like, it was so many people there in tan suits, and if you guys can remember, the Republicans got mad and tried to impeach Obama because he had on a tan suit.
I thought he looked good in that tan suit.
He looked great in that suit.
Right.
He looked great in that suit.
It wasn't a traditional color of a presidential suit, so that's why they was giving him a hard time.
Who cares? He had on a suit and it looked good. It was tailored well and it looked good, right? Mm-hmm. And then also, I think it's really, we should also note that I believe Trump was holding some type of, was it supposed to be some type of concert or something? And everybody kind of dropped out of it except for like one person.
Oh, the celebrate 250th birthday of America, where there was a bunch of buffoons out there on the White House lawn fighting each other, being real ghetto. And they talk about black folks in public. And I'm like, no, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even going to, because I gotta rant later on.
It's the buffoons for me, but
they was some drunken buffoons. That's what they were. That's what they was acting like.
I drink to that.
Right. They was probably ones in public acting a fool, not us.
But yeah, there's been a lot of shenanigans. But congratulations to former President Obama. I just like to say President Obama because he's still my president.
My president is back. My Lambo. Okay, so Diddy updates. I should have switched these stories around, but Diddy is now scheduled to be released in February 2028 instead of March of 2028. I don't know why people made such a big headline about this, about him getting out of jail a month early. I don't think that should have been a headline, but it was.
Yeah, I mean, they just trying to keep, because I feel like the deadline is getting pushed closer and closer, you know? So it's like they are literally shaving off time off his sentence little by little. Little by little. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope when he gets out, he needs to go out the country for a little bit of time. Take your ass somewhere
and record
else.
The dopest album ever.
Just go somewhere else. He had just dropped the album when all of this hit.
I need him to go back to Puff Daddy type music, not that new stuff. He need to go back to Puff Daddy music.
He need to just probably produce. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he need to just produce. He don't need to be dropping no album. He don't need to be trying to put together a new group. He don't need to be doing any of that. He just needs him and Carisha.
He can put a new group together. Please do another Making a Band. I love making.
No,
I love making that. It's probably about the only reality TV show that I will watch besides Bar Rescue.
No, I'll pick Bar Rescue over anything because I just, just after like seeing all the behind the scenes and finding out how he really is as a person, like I don't even want him to be able to control a group of people and play puppeteer in their life like that because that's what he gets off on.
True.
I'm good. He can keep that shit. Take your ass somewhere else.
True. So let's get into a serious story. So this story broke over the week. So we bring y'all a collective of some of the big stories that happened during the week. So during the week, apparently a 1-year-old was shot and killed at a Walmart store in Mississippi. And we got a video to go along with that. And then we're going to come back and discuss.
We don't really know anything. We don't know why it happened or whatever. All we know is that a car was shot up and a 1-year-old baby was killed.
A family is heartbroken after 1-year-old Cohen Wiley was shot and killed during an officer-involved shooting at the Walmart on US 51 Sunday afternoon. According to NBI investigators, the incident involved Senatobia police officers and the Tate County Sheriff's Office. The NBI says law enforcement officers were responding to a shoplifting call. When officers arrived, they, quote, encountered 2 subjects and a juvenile child fleeing the store. Police say when they attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver drove in the direction of the officers, almost striking one. That's when an officer, quote, discharged their weapon before the vehicle fled at the scene.
It didn't have to happen this way. It could have been handled differently.
Lacole Wiley, a relative of those involved in the incident, says she doesn't understand how a shoplifting call could lead to a child being shot and a woman in critical condition that she believes was over diapers.
Senatobia, Mississippi policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
After the shooting, authorities say the driver, along with the child's mother and the child, came to the local hospital where 1-year-old Cohen Wiley was pronounced dead and another individual had critical injuries.
I'm just lost for words, to be honest.
Everybody held accountable.
Someone need to be held accountable for it. It's just not right.
While this family grieves the loss of little Cohen Wiley, they tell me getting justice for the little boy is a top priority.
Everything and everybody that was involved need to be held accountable. I'm not giving up until I get justice. It's a must.
Now, this investigation is ongoing and it's currently being conducted by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. Now, the Senatobia Police Department also released a statement saying, in part, quote, "We are committed to full transparency. As the investigation progresses and facts are verified, we will share as much information as possible," end quote. I'm Caitlin Barker reporting live for your news leader, WREG News Channel 3.
Okay, a tough situation there. We'll continue to follow. Caitlin, thanks so much.
Time out. Why I realized that lady was that bald the first time I watched that.
I'm done with you.
I mean, I'm sorry, y'all,
okay, okay. So I just want to say, they said they're not going to stop till the person who did this is brought to justice. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's gonna be some people that's gonna be. Y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but the person who drove the car towards the police officer is the person you need to be looking at to get justice from.
That's true. So yes, in so many different words, right? That was use of a deadly force with a vehicle. So the police did have the right to shoot the vehicle to stop it from hitting them. Now, I don't know if they could have moved out the way from the vehicle. You know, I don't know if it was something that was done repeatedly, like somebody backed up, went forward, backed up, went forward. I don't know.
I think, and I believe in the video they said that she aimed the vehicle at the police officers and drove towards them, which is going to give them the "I'm going to shoot because you're driving a vehicle towards me." And then on top of that, from another story that I heard from another source that I heard was that the mother had the 1-year-old on her lap while this is all going on. Now, like I said, it's sad, it's wrong that this child got killed, but I'm y'all gonna hate me for saying this. It's not the police officer's fault that this child was killed.
Well, you know, I'm a very deep thinker, right? So it's like I've worked in retail before, specifically like grocery store, and we supposed to let them people go. If somebody is being accused of shoplifting, you're supposed to let them go. So, and if you have any information, you're supposed to turn over all the evidence that you have to police and then let it go from that. That's why these stores have insurance for these types of things, right? Now, especially if she was just taking Pampers, it's like, you know, me being the person that I am, I'm gonna be like, girl, how much some Pampers cost? Here, I'm gonna just pay, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, pay the store, or at least try to, you know, I don't know what kind of situation she was in. It's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts. She clearly wasn't thinking correctly, right? With, you know, aiming the car at the police officer, having a baby on her lap. You know, maybe if the baby was correctly put in the car seat in the back, he may have survived. You know, it's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. All I know is that is very heartbreaking, you know, and I just think about, you know, hopefully the baby didn't suffer, you know, and stuff like that, because 1-year-olds, they don't really know what's happening and what's going on. They just be terrified. And I'm assuming the woman that's in critical condition is her. I'm assuming.
I'm not sure.
So, but yeah, you're right. She shouldn't have never drove. You don't threaten to run somebody over.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's something that you just really don't do. And I don't just understand, like, why would you even do something like that? Like, it just clearly makes no sense for you to do something like that. And then on top of that, like, I believe Walmart did have a policy where they will, if they know that somebody is like a known for stealing. So what they do is they add up how much stuff that you stole, and they won't do anything until you reach a certain amount of money. And then once you reach a certain amount of money, then they had people detain you until the police officers get there. And then that's when you are arrested and taken to jail. So why, I don't know if this is I don't know if this was the first time that this young lady was in that store stealing, and she's racked up a tab, and it was like, okay, well, this was the final straw and whatever. But like I said, for people to be looking to put the blame strictly on the police officers, I don't feel like the police officers was in the wrong with the way how they handled the situation. Like, people say, like, oh, it's in public and broad daylight, but then at the same time, what if this was a more dangerous situation and the police officers didn't shoot or didn't do the job how they deemed doing the job well? And then I feel like it would have been a totally different story. Like, oh, they should have shot him to stop him, or they should have tased him, and they should have did this. So they followed their policy. If somebody aim a car at a police officer and you're driving towards a police officer, they have the right to shoot at the vehicle to defend themselves.
Yeah, that's considered a deadly threat. I wonder why the police in the first place.
So probably somebody in the store, it was a manager or something in the store called. They're like, it's Mississippi. What do we expect at this point?
That's true.
So
that's true.
Speaking of shootings, we had a local shooting that happened here at a wedding venue, and we do have a story from one of the most finest news.
Amy. Ooh.
TJ, if you see this,
award-winning journalist,
call me. So I'm gonna play this clip for you.
It's all very fluid and ongoing right now, but I do have some preliminary information coming from first-hand witnesses right now that suggests there was a shooting here this evening, 54th and Fond du Lac, here at this wedding venue. This is called the Aria Wedding Venue. I did just talk to two people who came out of the building earlier who tell me they were here celebrating a wedding reception, and then gunshots went off. We are still working to learn about possible conditions of victims and what exactly went down here today. But as far as we know, the law enforcement scene here, very heavy right now. This is all, again, very ongoing right now. We are still working to confirm with police what exactly happened here tonight. But it's a really sad story. I talked to a woman who claimed she was the bride tonight. There wasn't much she had to say. It didn't seem like she knew exactly what happened, but just a really terrible way for a wedding to go here.
Okay, TJ. You know, I never knew exactly what that building was. It's been there for like forever.
I never knew either.
I just thought, I didn't even know that it was open for business. It's just been there.
I thought it was abandoned, to be honest.
For decades, though.
I should know it used to be a cricket there, a party city, then whatever that was. Now we know it's a wedding venue.
yeah. But that's an unfortunate way to start your forever with your favorite person, right? Mm-hmm. And I just don't understand what would have led, like how the situation escalated to that. I don't even know if it was directly related to the wedding or the wedding guests too, right? Because it could have been something else. Maybe it was a carjacking, maybe it was a robbery, maybe it was, you never know what was going on. So, but it sounds like, I think 2 people in their 30s were shot and they were taken to the hospital. I haven't heard anything about any deaths as of yet. But I hope they do kind of figure out what was going on, and whoever was out there doing that foolishness, y'all need to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
So
this is exactly why we can't have nothing now.
Can't never have nothing nice because of y'all.
Man.
Let's get into the topic of this episode. I lost one of my ears, y'all. Let's get into the topics of this episode, which is America has lost. So in case you guys don't know, Trump supposedly has signed this peace deal with Iran, and America lost. And I have 3 different videos.
Why was it even started in the first place, bro? Like, what?
No. I got 3 different videos, 3 different people's opinions, thoughts, 3 different creators, 2 content creators. I can't remember. But it's 3 different videos about this situation. So I'm going to play the video, discuss. So here goes the first video.
Last night, President Trump signed a conditional surrender agreement with Iran. Iran has won the war against the United States of America. Oh, Lord, he lost another one. That's right, America. The President of the United States signed a memo of understanding, and the understanding is that he fucking lost the war. Iran won it all. They got everything they've ever fucking asked for. They're allowed to keep their missiles. They own the Strait of Hormuz. They're gonna charge tolls. And on top of all that, America is gonna give them $300 billion. Let me say that again. $300 billion. Guess what? If you're watching this in America, you just paid for every Iranian's health care. But don't worry, it gets even better. President Trump signed that in the Palace of Versailles. And historically, that has always worked out super well. If you don't understand that joke, it's because our Department of Education is run by the WWE. But don't worry, the rest of our government is still being run by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who will now be known as the Secretary of Surrender, the Deputy of Defeat, the loser of the losingest, Pete Hegseth. And now we're going to check in on the reflecting pool down by the White House and the Washington Monument to see if the water has turned blue, and it is green. It's still green, just like the Iranians' bank account, because it's USA, 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 0, Iran, 1.
I love whatever is wrong with him.
So, like I said, and that 300 billion was a portion of that 300 billion is going to come out of tax dollars. Now, some of that money that they're getting in that 300 billion is money that the U.S. kind of took in Iranian money, and when they put sanctions on them, so basically we took their money, we held it, like some of the money that Obama gave back to them was money that was taken from them back in the 80s, and we just held on to their money, so we basically just returning their money back to them. On top of American taxpayer have to pay for the rebuild of Iran. Also, it's a mess. Like I said, we got screwed the deal. He started a war that had nothing to do with us. We shouldn't have nothing to do over there. And then on top of that, on top of the 300 billion that we're giving to them, we had to pay $29 billion for this war.
Millennial sigh.
Yeah,
baby, y'all gonna stop starting these wars on our backs, because that's the way I'm starting to feel. Because guess who's gonna be dealing with it? Us and our kids and our kids' kids for generations to come. Like, this is like, that was just entirely stupid. Like, I don't even have any other words for it. It's like he said, we're about to fund their health care. Half of us can't even afford health care here. Why are y'all throwing around billions of dollars? Exactly. I'm trying to figure it out. And then you undid everything that Obama did, and he went through all of that to facilitate peace in whatever type of business he was conducting, gave the money back. Everything was hunky-dory, and then you got bored and was twiddling your thumbs and falling asleep at everything that was important, and then you decided you're going to let drunk Pete go start a war.
Yep.
That's sorry.
Basically what it was.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's watch our friends from across the pond make fun of us when it comes to this war.
Oh,
This is an absolute mic drop. Check this out.
This war was a success in the same way that paying $14 million to have large chunks of blue paint floating in an algae-infested reflecting pool was money well spent. The truth is, the United States has rarely looked weaker and Iran has rarely looked stronger, having now worked out that if anyone doesn't do exactly what they want them to, they'll just close the Strait of Hormuz and they've got the whole world by the ball bags. We went from week 1, I will win, victory will be easier than that time I kidnapped the president of Venezuela, to week 2, I won, to week 3, why aren't you helping me win, to week 4, I don't need your help to win, but if you don't help me win, I'm going to destroy NATO. Week 5, if you don't let me win, I'll annihilate an entire civilization. It's quite a feat to give the Iranian regime the moral high ground, but luckily Donald Trump shattered the illusion of American morality a long time ago. Week 6, we're winning, and to prove it, here's an AI picture of me dressed as Jesus. Week 7, the Pope is a soy-filled woke Guardian reader. Week 8, I'm getting bored now. Weeks 9 through to 14, really bored now, and I've got ballrooms to build and cage fights on the White House lawn to organise, and 4 months later, victory! Thank you very much. Where's my peace prize? And if the rest of the G7 can just clear up the mess and pay the bill, that would be great. Trump got really angry with the UK and Spain and Canada, Australia, Italy. In fact, anyone who raised any objections to this gross example of imperial overreach was branded a coward. It was as if he felt like we should all be grateful that his latest piece of American expansionism didn't involve making Canada the 51st state or carpet bombing the sleepy village of Greenland.
Okay, I'm convinced Donald Trump draws on the walls in the White House with crayons.
Wait till you see the video I got later on about him in the White House.
Oh my God, dude. Somebody put him on a timeout. Like, what is it? Like, hit.
Pause, timeout, sir, go stand in the corner, rethink your thoughts.
Why is it so difficult to impeach this man? I don't understand that part.
Because the people who's in charge of impeaching him is all on his side. So you have to get the Republicans to flip, and the Republicans won't flip.
All right. So we sound like we just need some YNs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's head into this next clip. Oh, that's not right. Ooh,
that ain't right either.
Yep. Wait, is this the one we normally use?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Wait, so the 3 goals of the deal to end the war were ending the war, reopening a strait that was already open before we started the war, preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, which they had already agreed not to obtain under the deal you ripped up, which started the war, that closed the strait, which you reopened by ending the war you started. I have a worse headache. I currently have a worse headache than the Knicks the morning after they won the title. And at least they won something. In fact, they won 15 of the last 16 games they played, and the only one they lost was the one you were at, and they only lost because they were so distracted by all your snoring. This is insane. Can't you give us any more specifics about this deal?
Mr. President, when will the text of the MOU be released?
I think pretty soon. I would say, I want it to be released because it's a very powerful document. It's not like the Obama document, which was just a terrible document. This is a very powerful document. Here's what it says. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. That's what it says. I'll not only release it, I'll probably have a press conference and read it to you word by word.
Every president in history knew what mattered was in the document, not how it would be read or where it would be read, just what was in it. Meanwhile, this dude's talking about everything but it's a great document printed on 8.5 by 11-inch paper, multiple pages. So there is a staple, and we slid it into a manila envelope. We love the manila envelopes with a little clasp. They figured it out. You go like this, and then there's a little hole, and then you push them down, and then you can shake it, and the document does. It's a good document, very powerful.
y'all driving me to drink. Where is the vice president at?
So he was there too, and whoever was part of the peace deal or something over there in Iran, when he basically the Iranian person, I don't know what they are. He went over there, introduced. He was going there greeting everybody else. He walked right past JD Vance, was and started. He just kept greeting everybody else. I said, none of the other countries respect our administration, our current. They don't respect us because of these people.
And then I'm like, maybe JD Vance should be president, but he might even do some worse things.
Yeah.
I don't even know what his agenda is. He's so quiet, and then when he do open up his mouth, it's stupid.
He's secretly planning world domination.
Okay, Pinky in the brain.
So
yeah,
Juneteenth Day was Friday.
Yes, it was.
I posted a video, and it did what I thought it was going to do. It was going to bring out the hate people, So I had posted videos basically stating that, hey, if you are a person of a certain color and you don't like black people, this day is not for you. If your job is closed and because of this day of Juneteenth Day, you should go volunteer, go work, go do something, go volunteer, go to work, go do something besides having a day off and sitting at home and enjoying this day off because you don't like black people. And people were saying oh, you're just you need to worry about your SNAP benefits, in which they still understand that majority white people who get more SNAP benefits than black people. Then they were saying
it don't matter who. I wish I could get some SNAP benefits. Please hand me some. I mean, at this point in time, who don't want somebody to pay for some groceries for them? Y'all crazy.
Especially at the cost of it, because I don't get SNAP benefits, and I wish I did, because recently I went to the store and I scanned about 4 or 5 items. I said, how the hell did I get to $90
that quick
already? This is ridiculous.
Fast.
That fast.
Can't even buy the gas to get to the store to go pick up the groceries.
Right.
What's happening?
Then it was saying it was our people that freed your people, but it was your people who put us in this situation.
People are so ignorant. Listen, I'm getting tired of hearing the monkey jokes. Find something else to say. That's tired.
And so, to clarify why I made the comments that I did about the people who hate black people, I'm gonna play this clip for you, and hopefully this make a lot more sense to people.
You can't drink out this water fountain because you black. You can't go to this school because you black. We not gonna hire you because you black. If we hire you, we gonna pay you less because you black. My family used to own your family because you black. You have to sit at the back of the bus because you black. You have to have a different part of the movie theater because you black. I'm gonna shoot you on camera and get away with it because you black. I'm gonna follow you around this store because you black. We gonna lower the property value of your neighborhood because you black. We gonna call you names on Xbox Live because you black. I don't like it that you cosplaying that character because you black. I don't like seeing people like you in anime because y'all black. Why the fuck do you all keep making everything about race? Everything is about race with you. You keep talking about it. You keep thinking about it. You keep breathing it. We could all get past it if you would all just shut the fuck up about race. You make everything racial. Who told you your race was so important? What happened in the last 100 years that makes you think I give a fuck about you being black? What has happened that makes you think I give a fuck about you being black? Really? Name one thing we've done that makes you think any of us give a single fuck about you being black.
Woo, child. What? Yeah, I forgot I sent that to you. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. By the way, people, we did not choose to be black. It just happened.
Exactly.
Why can't y'all understand that?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we get told no, or we can't do anything. We can't be a part of the club. We can't. Just like another guy said that, we would be mad if you guys go, create your own black communities. We did that. There has been hundreds of black communities created. One of them y'all flooded and put underwater. Other ones y'all burned down. Other ones y'all did all kind of destruction in Detroit and mainly black communities. You basically bulldozed the whole black community to build a highway. In Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, y'all destroyed Black Wall Street when it was thriving. Every time we build a community or we try to do something outside of y'all where we don't have to deal with y'all, we building our own generational wealth, y'all come around and destroy it because y'all don't want us to have anything. Because you hate, which is why I said what I said on Juneteenth Day. It's not for you if you hate black people. Now, I'm not saying like now if you are a person, like I said, you could then that also could have went for people who are Mexican, Asian, Chinese, whatever. They could have went for them also. They don't. It just technically I wasn't really directing it just at white people, but I was directing at more than one racial group. But then on top of all of that, all I want to say is you had no right to sit at home and enjoy a beautiful day if you do not respect black people. Now, if you're a person who loves black people, you treat black people respect, you give them their applause when it's necessary. You do what you can to help rise up another black person, even though you're white, Asian, whatever. That day is for you also. Thank you. That day is for you also. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for accepting our culture. Thank you for understanding us. But for those of you who hate us, that day is not for you. You do not deserve the right to sit at home on a beautiful day that it was.
Yeah, I never understood. Yeah, I never understood why people could hate another culture just because it wasn't theirs, right? Now, it's different when you dislike a singular person because of the things that they decide to do, but just to hate a whole group of people for no reason is really asinine. I don't understand that, and it sounds like what my daddy used to call the wildebeest theory. So if all the wildebeest jump off the cliff, you going too. That's what it sounds like. It's like people don't have they don't think for themselves, right? And it's just so crazy. I remember when I was working in another county here in our beautiful state, and I had children staring at me. Why? Because they never saw a black person. And it's like, how did you not see a black person in it is the 21st century, the 22nd century? Like, what are we doing? Like, how is it? Why do people do that type of stuff? I never understood that. And you can meet some very cool people if you just have a more of an open mind.
And I also want to add before I play a second part of my opinion on this. Throughout the history of America, us black people, we had to basically create our own religion. We had to create our own culture. We had to create our own identities. We had to create our own everything. We came here with nothing, and and then they expected us just to adopt to white society. And we rebelled against it and created our own culture. We created our own everything, and yet y'all still try to copy everything we do.
It's called resilience, right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't exterminate our culture and X, Y, and Z. It just couldn't be exterminated, and then it kind of adapted and changed over the years because now we're in America. We're not where we originally came from. So now we had to create something different, something new. And that's what happened. Correct. That is something that happened. And then people really actually be minding their own business. And it's just like people get so upset because we be minding our own business. I don't understand it.
Exactly. Let me get into this second video. This comedian, and he was talking about an older man at a bank when it comes to Juneteenth. So here we go.
Why are white people taking off work on Juneteenth? It's at the bank. I'm in line to see a teller. There's only one teller working, white woman. She's helping an elderly black man. I'm eavesdropping on their conversation. Now listen, I couldn't hear what he said first, but what she said back was, oh, we won't be open that day because we'll be observing Juneteenth. And then the black dude went, the fuck is that? Her reaction, priceless. She goes, what is Juneteenth? He goes, yeah, the fuck is Juneteenth? He doubles down. She answers it. She goes, it's a holiday. For you. And we'll be observing it. And I went, brah fucking bo, Sharon. That is technically correct. Not offensive. Kept her job. How the fuck did she pull that off on the spot? The story should be over right there, right? Bro, what this dude said back, I lost it. He goes, then why y'all niggas celebrating it? What? I remember looking around the bank like, is nobody else seeing this shit? So she says, we won't be open on Juneteenth. He goes, why y'all niggas celebrating it? And my question is he making a good point? I never thought about that till he said that. Why are white people taking off work on Juneteenth? Listen, I'm not saying white people don't deserve days off. Take them off. But is this the one? It's kind of the opposite of the way to celebrate the holiday, no? Listen, if you don't know what Juneteenth is, I'll make it super simple. Juneteenth commemorates the last official day of slavery. Here's my theory, right? If you're Christian, you don't celebrate the Jewish holidays. If you're not Chinese, you don't celebrate the Chinese New Year. If we really want to support and celebrate Juneteenth the correct way, I think a great way for us to all do that is black people should be off work that day. But everybody should be forced to watch an NBA Finals basketball game with just the white players playing.
How many of them is it though? Yeah. Is it gonna be a game? Is it gonna be a 3-on-3? Like, what's happening? Like,
I wait because I'm trying to think. Like, is there an Indian team where there's like majority white people?
No.
Ooh, that's gonna be one terrible game. Oh my goodness!
No, it's gonna be a pickup game. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh.
Like, yeah, he did a good job of explaining that.
Yeah.
You know,
so that's why I made the post that I did for those who was wondering, and for those haters that was in the comments also. And then one person had the nerve to say that, well, you guys already get a whole month that your current administration trying to erase, just like your current president took all the black exhibits related to slavery out of museums. Also,
I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this: I'm black 365 and a quarter days a year. Yes, a quarter days a year because that is the way that the Earth rotates. Okay, you'll never be able to erase that. Sorry. So yes, we get a month. We also get the shortest month of the year. But you know what? I'm happy because my birthday is that month, and so is his.
Word.
Okay. So I will take February as Black History Month. It's okay. It's okay. And it took a long time for Juneteenth to become a federal holiday. Just like Martin Luther King Day was not a federal holiday. And guess what? My parents did not send me to school on that day. And then eventually it was no school on that day.
Some Republican states in the South don't observe Martin Luther King Day.
And don't send your kids to school on that day.
I agree. All right, so the reflecting pool came up earlier in the show, and we got some videos. So let's get into the first one.
I'm not joking. Donald Trump has now placed the National Guard, police, and police on horses around the reflecting pool. He is protecting the reflecting pool with the National Guard. And they're all just standing around doing nothing because what is there to do? They are guarding a pool. that is falling apart right now. And apparently some people have been given citations for like taking paint out of the water, like this guy. Apparently he got something from the police. It's crazy that Trump is treating guys like this worse than he did the January 6th insurrectionists. But this is where we are as a country, where apparently the reflecting pool is a top priority for the National Guard and the President of the United States.
Wait, hold on.
He cut his hair.
He did. Hold on. It gets worse. Hold on.
The United States government has now arrested an Olympian for destruction of government property for what they say is vandalizing the reflecting pool in Donald Trump's $14 million contract. According to the Washington Post, David Hearn, who is a multiple-time Olympian, has now been arrested on misdemeanor charges related to destruction of government property. This is the same criminal charge that many January 6th insurrectionists were charged with and were later pardoned for. Now, this misdemeanor charge could be punishable by jail time. Now, it's unlikely that he would ever get jail time. I don't know that he would get convicted here, given that it's, number one, it's Washington, D.C. Number two, he says he didn't destroy any government property. The Trump administration is alleging that he was tearing off some of the blue paint. He says he wasn't tearing anything off. It's already been torn off, which I was there the other day, and yeah, it was torn off already. Not by him. So here we are. We're now arresting Olympians for destruction of government property. Spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
I just want to know what they did to the reflecting pool, because the reflecting pool has not been in the news at all.
And I've been to the reflective pool before, and I don't remember ever seeing it like green and with all this algae in there. And mind you, it was I've been there twice, and it was about a 10-year difference, about a 10-year difference in between the time I first went and the second time I went. And yeah, I've never seen, both times I went, it wasn't like that. So for it's something that Donald Trump did. As soon as they painted that stuff, it just created a whole mess. It's all his fault.
Yeah, I don't understand. So I've seen videos of lots of workers dumping like gallons of peroxide in the pool. I mean, you know, that
y'all should have fixed the filtration system first before even putting the water back in there.
Correct, but why peroxide and not bleach? Like when I had a pool, we put chlorine tablets in there to clean it. I'm not really sure why and then they're literally on the side of the pool like dumping gallons of bought peroxide. Like, why not bring a professional in and like clean it the right way? I'm not understanding what's happening.
It's funny because I think the company that's in charge of cleaning the pool is called Green Water Green Water Cleaning or something like that.
And then now, after they dump the peroxide into the pool, now it's peeling. So guess who got to pay for that? Us.
Again, another $14 million.
Again.
Also, I have a video of Fox 6 lying about the condition. Well, not Fox 6, sorry. Fox News, because there's two different things, lying about the reflecting pool and the state of it. So here we go.
No, this is not an SNL skit. This is Fox News talking about Donald Trump's new green algae-covered reflecting pool.
I'm here at the newly renovated reflecting pool. It's painted American flag blue. And the Democrats are going to tell you, oh, there's green algae, it looks so bad. But there's pool guys cleaning it up right now. No other president would do that. But President Trump is still cleaning it up. How's the...
Yeah, the Democrats are going to tell you the pool is green and covered in algae. They're just such crazy liberals. This is what the pool looks like right now. A recent photo. Here's a recent photo of the algae in the reflecting pool. And hey, Fox News guy, this is what the pool looks like in your video. It's green. So let me get this straight, Fox News presenter guy. You're giving Donald Trump credit for spending $14 million in taxpayer money on the reflecting pool, failing, and then spending even more taxpayer money to try to clean it up more? The bar is so low for these MAGA freaks.
Why can't nobody do their job right in this administration? You can't even take care of a pool. What are we talking about? It's a pool. Why can't you get that right? That's terrible, man.
And speaking of people can't do their jobs right, the White House staff is very upset with Donald Trump. It's almost getting to the point like they tired of dealing with him. And let's just say part of this got to do with silverware. Let's take a look.
The White House reportedly was monitoring Donald Trump's trash because he had a knack of throwing out real silver utensils. But not just that, staff were reportedly annoyed, increasingly annoyed, because of the president's obsession for interior design. So much so where he and Melania Trump do not share a bedroom. First White House couple since the Nixons not to share a bedroom. While she would approve of interior design materials, he would then go through and just move them everywhere. And staff said they were often caught between the two Trumps. But that's not all. The president himself, according to this new book from Jonathan Haberman and Maggie Swan, well, he was a frequent nighttime snacker. He would often leave an array of empty potato chip bags across the White House, Starbucks wrappers, ice cream cartons in the trash or on the floor. Staff had to begin monitoring the trash after it was discovered that he was throwing out sterling silver White House utensils. This, by the way, is your house, not his house. Your house. You are the taxpayer who pays for this. So you're paying to clean up his Starbucks wrappers on the ground. Spread the word. Follow along for more.
I'm just gonna let Tina take care of this. I ain't even got no more thoughts after that. I'm gonna let Tina.
Yeah, he draws on the walls with crayons because that sounds like a toddler. Who throws real silver in the garbage, bro? And then you just gonna throw stuff on the floor, man? You gotta be insane, bro. Who gonna? I wouldn't pick it up. You're gonna have to find somebody else to do it. I'm sorry. You know what? Take all of the silver out of the White House and give him plastic utensils. Take it out because you don't even know how to act.
And don't give him Dixie plastic utensils. Give him Dollar Tree plastic utensils.
59-cent utensils. Do you hear me? That's it. Paper plates, paper cups, plastic utensils. Since you don't know how to act when you're in somebody else's house, because like you said, that's our house. Get on my nerves.
Let's get into this man who went to a city council meeting that I found very, very entertaining. So here we go.
Now I'm going to be a little bit meaner than them, so please don't violate my rights. Normally, I wouldn't come to a city council meeting. I'm one of the county's pains in the ass. Historically, I stay out of the city and the city stays out of my business. It was a pretty decent arrangement. But then y'all sent me one of these tickets from one of your AI red light cameras you have deemed as necessary infrastructure in your city. Thing about this is I was in Seminole, Alabama at the time I allegedly ran this red light downtown. How can I be in two places at once, you ask? Don't worry, I asked myself that too. Outside of Scotty beaming me up 30 miles in an instant, the only logical conclusion is I wasn't there. These things have been deemed unconstitutional for this reason. Because the enforcement action of 316.0083 unduly shifts the burden of proof to the vehicle owner, me, to prove my innocence rather than the state having to prove my guilt. Currently, I'm guilty by default. I've been convicted by a computer program. Usually this whole mess of who committed the infraction is settled by a police officer pulling somebody over and actually witnessing them in the driver's seat. The AI camera doesn't do any driver verification whatsoever. To get your constitutionally mandated due process, you have to jump through hoops put up by Automated Enforcement Division, a private company in Orlando that's owned by another corporation called Novoa Global, which is owned by a Chilean-Swedish millionaire named Carlos Hofstedt. So not only does this process flow through a private company, our DMV records and personal registration information are accessible by a foreign actor. But anyway, AED sends you this paper, and if you want to fight this thing because you are wrongfully accused, me again, you can't just request a hearing through PPD or the courthouse. Remember, Carlos is involved, so if you have to go through his company, his website, print off his paper, fill it out with enough information to take out a home loan, have it notarized, mail it to the foreign actor, Carlos in Orlando, and then wait for something from someone to tell you about a hearing. This is undue burden even to begin to try to get some kind of due process. Paying is super easy though, go figure. And about that, you can't pay cash. PPD doesn't accept it, and neither does Carlos. According to 31 USC 5103, all U.S. currency and coins must be accepted for all government obligations, fines, fees, taxes, and due. So not only does this whole thing violate constitutional due process, it violates federal law by not accepting U.S. currency to satisfy a government action. Whoever thought this was a good idea is a self-loathing, America-hating, bureaucratic hobgoblin whose pockets probably got stacked with Carlos bucks. You got my attention, though. I'm going to become a more frequent voice down here working to expose frauds and petty tyrants. Congratulations, you all got yourselves a new pain in the ass.
I like
You
that.
know, yeah, so that's really interesting because I think I had sent you a story about a black man being, I think he was in jail for like 3 months because of some AI recognition, and he was
Yeah, that was
somewhere
like a few
totally
months ago. You
different.
sent it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm sitting here trying to scroll and see what it was. That's crazy, and they held him on that. He had to get a whole lawyer to get released, and I really hope he sued the pants off of whoever, you know what I'm saying, like the whole police department. But come on, y'all, we gotta like critically think. Like, AI recognition software is not 100%, nor will it ever be 100%, right? So let's like be real. If the AI say that this person did this, like, I feel like our justice system should still be like, okay, we have to confirm some type of way, but that doesn't seem like that's what's going on. You can't go arrest somebody or issue a ticket without doing your due process. It doesn't make sense. And this is why I be against AI for certain things.
And speaking of AI, during the Biden administration, there was a piece of legislation that was signed into law where basically in newer cars is going to require these AI systems to be put in. And these AI systems basically scan your face and it'll determine whether you're in the condition to drive, or if you come off as you're being like, oh, you look like you're falling asleep, the vehicle will automatically pull itself over, shut itself off, won't move. If it feels like you're having like a meltdown, panic attack, or whatever is going on, you could probably just be singing along and having a good old time in your car. But your car seeing as you being erratic, and then it pulls over, shuts down, and you're just sitting here to the car deeming that you are okay to drive. And then on top of that, these scanners that's supposed to go into these cars to detect whether somebody has a warrant or not. So you mean to tell me that these scanners can detect if somebody having a warrant or not? So do these cars would just say, hey, oh, this person has a warrant out for their arrest, or just lock them in the car until the police get there? Like, it's just too much. And like I said, it's something that we don't need. That we don't need at all. And then on top of that, on top of all the AI stuff, we have these car dealerships like Ford going to Washington, D.C., lobbying for the government to sign a law basically saying it's illegal to fix your own vehicle, and that you as an American person, you have to take your vehicle to the dealership in order to be serviced. It cannot be serviced anywhere else but at a dealership. They're trying to
maybe a Ford, yeah.
Like,
maybe a Ford, yeah. So I saw a skit somebody put together that touched upon that what you were talking about. So the skit involved him and another person. It was a tornado warning,
Yes,
and they saw the tornado coming, and they got in the car, and the car would not. It was like a push button start. That's exactly why I don't have a push button start car, because I don't trust none of that. But it was a push button start car, and the car wouldn't start because, oh, it seems like you're in distress. You shouldn't be driving right now. Excuse me, say what?
Like we're running from a tornado. Like, what's going on?
We're about to die. What are we talking about?
Like, you're about to die, actually, vehicle.
Man, like, what is happening? Yeah, I kind of feel like it's getting out of control really quickly. I do feel like AI is good for a lot of things, but just not those things right now. And I feel like that it should be a lot of laws and legislation put in place so we can protect the autonomy of the people that are actually alive, because what happens to free will?
Exactly. Free is gone. Free will and freedom, the one thing that America is supposed to stand for, is going to be gone with this whole AI stuff taking over.
Yeah, I'm not about to be controlled by a computer. I'm good.
So, an emergency motion was an emergency motion to freeze a merger had taken place, and this was a merger And something that flew under the radar that I really didn't know about until this attorney general, I believe in North Carolina, had posted a video about this, and I had saw it. So I'm going to play the clip for you right now.
We just won an emergency motion to freeze the biggest TV merger in American history. This case could impact even more people than our Ticketmaster case, because this is about watching TV all across the country. This one case could impact 80% of American homes. Here's what's going on. The biggest TV company in the country is called Nexstar. The third biggest is Tegna. They're trying to merge, and if they do, they'll own over 260 stations. No company has ever controlled that much broadcast television. That would let them reach 80% of the country. Now, they've already said that if this merger goes through, they plan on raising prices and laying off local reporters, and that's bad. But what's worse is this whole thing is illegal. It breaks a federal rule saying no TV company is allowed to reach more than 39% of the country. This more than doubles that. So, attorneys general from both parties have come together to block this merger. We filed a lawsuit. But the day after we filed it, these two companies ran to the FCC in Washington, and within 24 hours, the FCC waived its own rules and signed off on the deal. That is very strange. Getting that approval at that level, at that speed, is remarkable. And once they had it, they turned around to the court and basically said, now you can't block our merger because it's already done. Which is why we filed an emergency motion telling the judge, these guys are trying to get around you, and they're doing that because they know the law is not on their side. And that's exactly why you should freeze this whole thing until you can hear our case. And the judge just agreed with us. Merger frozen. Now here comes our case, and I'll keep you posted.
In case people don't understand what that means, that is called a monopoly. That is exactly what the game is based off of. You do not want to give anybody that much control or power.
And the only thing I have to say about that video, which is that it just proved that this current administration can be bought, because once again, the FCC is controlled by Donald Trump.
Yeah,
He appoints the people in the FCC who makes these decisions. So you can go to Donald Trump like, hey, I give you X amount of dollars if you approve my merger. Boom, there you go, merger done. Just like that. So
yeah. Speaking of mergers and whatnot, I know we kind of off camera talked about how We Energy is kind of monopolized, at least where we live at, where it used to be two separate companies, with one for gas and heat, the other one was for electricity. I did read an article where it sounds like it's a different electrical company, and I guess they're going to vote on that to be coming into our city. So people will have a choice.
That'd be so nice. How they have competition where they can have to be forced to lower the prices and everything.
And they should. Exactly. Yeah. They should. And they should.
I agree with that. So this next video, God appointed them to be gay. Let's take a look at this video.
God willed gay people to be gay people.
He appointed them to it. He appointed them to it.
He appointed them to be gay.
It's what God wanted to do, so he did it. He did it for his pleasure.
God takes pleasure in gay people?
I said...
Yeah, so God created gay sex for his pleasure?
Yes. Yes. He created them so that he could destroy them.
Wait. So God wants to destroy a gay man.
He's going to destroy all
for his pleasure.
The default, let me say it again. Listen this time.
Destroy a gay man.
Listen to me. You can't please God in this flesh.
I guess gay people could please God.
No smart mouth. No, see.
You said it was created for his pleasure.
The reprobate mind at work.
Somebody gave Mimo all too many pills that morning. Because she wasn't making no sense, baby. She was standing there holding all them signs. Baby, is you dehydrating? Are you okay?
That's like just the Trump supporter, another Trump supporter proving how dumb they are. That's all.
There's
That's
no
all.
logical path of thinking there at all. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So this next video, this man filmed this stuff inside a house as the tornado was hitting his house. So let's take a look at this video.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Bro, there's a tornado outside right now. What in the world just happened? Am I good? Oh, I need to get back under there.
Okay, let me give a little bit of context to this, right? Because I think I sent this to you. Number one, he lived in a trailer park. He was in a trailer home. So that is why he was not in a basement. He could have still went into like a bathroom away from windows or whatever, like they tell us to, right? Number two, he was either high or a little touched. I don't know which one. Both can be true in this instance, you know. But it's amazing that his home was destroyed, but his phone was still working. You still knew where your phone was. Like, how was your entire house destroyed around you, and you still had your phone?
My whole thing is, so those of you know who Crystal B is when she was on the show. According to her, when she lives in a trailer home or whatever, trailer park, trailer home, I don't know what it's called, but where if a tornado was to happen, they get a tornado warning. The trailer property has a underground shelter for all the residents to go to.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of other states have adopted that for trailer homes. That's like depending on where you at, but I see like the northern states, they have an underground shelter for people to go to. Why didn't you go?
Well, they go back to my second observation that he was either a little high or a little touch, or both things could be true. And he seemed to so he was very, very blessed. Like, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because that could have ended up a lot worse than what it was, you know. But next time you sitting there talking about what happened, a tornado happened. And I'm pretty sure you heard the sirens and you could look outside and see for yourself that a tornado was coming. And I'm pretty sure the people that were surrounding you probably saw them evacuating or doing something else. Like, don't try to be a hero in that situation, because Mother Nature is always gonna win.
Right.
But that's hilarious. He said, what happened?
So teenagers are having a hard time finding their first job. That explains why. And let's take a look.
Man, so my 16-year-old son is out here trying to find his first job, bro, right? Now, when I tell you that niggas on the internet are capping about, oh, I ain't gonna work no 9 to 5 and I'm too good for this job, I ain't working this kind of job, somebody lying. Because this nigga can't even get hired at McDonald's, my nigga. And I know it ain't just him, because my wife was talking to her coworkers about this shit, and they got family members or, you know, nieces, nephews, or, you know, younger kids, teenagers also, and they've been trying to get fucking jobs for the summer and shit at these very same places. And one dude, niece, was applying at Texas Roadhouse to be a dishwasher. I've never heard of a little girl trying to be a dishwasher, and they didn't hire her because these kids are competing with grown ass men and women for fucking like high school jobs. You have always been able to just walk in McDonald's and be like, hey, y'all hiring? At least when I was a teenager, actually past a teenager, like McDonald's was always fucking hiring. Like, but I guess they're just gonna hire they used to just hire like grown people for like day shift. and leave the part-time shifts for like at night for the kids or the teenagers and the college kids and shit. Nah, bruh. They are competing against grown-ass men and fucking women for flipping burgers now. And it's just wild because it's like, bro, this is where we at now? Where fucking high schooler can't go out there and get hired at a Taco Bell or a Wendy's or McDonald's, my nigga? Like, that shit is crazy. That is crazy. And I guess they'll rather hire like a grown-ass person because they ain't got to do all them breaks and they actually can work, you know, because you would have to hire a couple of teenagers because they got to take that. I think you can only work like, 5 hours, 4 hours or some shit like that, if I recall. And shit like that, you can't, but you can work a grown-ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's crazy, bro. Because he went to the McDonald's the other day and they was like, oh yeah, all of our interview slots are full at like all 3 McDonald's that was like in the vicinity of our fucking, you know what I'm saying, like neighborhood. Like when I was in high school and shit, it was hard to work at like a clothes store, a shoe store or something like that. But fast food, you can always get a job at fast. Man, that's crazy. God damn.
So when you first kind of told me about this, I was like, because I have a 21-year-old and I have an 18-year-old, okay? And they never had a problem getting a job, except when I thought about it last summer, when my now 18-year-old, he did apply to a fast food chain and they supposedly hired him, but kind of gave him the runaround and he never heard from them back. Now, when it comes to fast food restaurants, I agree. It's getting increasingly difficult for, you know, younger people to get jobs there, especially if you are still in high school because of the labor laws, right? You can't work no more than 20 hours a week, and then you can only work between certain times and all of this extra stuff, right? And so I get it. But I mean, as far as like retail, like one of them does right now work in retail and he getting paid pretty good, you know. But there are jobs out there for these young kids. And I mean, they don't have to necessarily go to an establishment. They can cut grass, they can do this, they can do that. It's many different ways to get a job. But if you want, you know, that depends on if you want your kids to go into more of a corporate environment versus an entrepreneurship, right? But yeah, I mean, it's a little hard out here for a pimp right now. So, I mean, these, you know, they've been fighting for these grown people to get at least $15 at McDonald's for the longest, right? Where my 18-year-old almost make that much, and he just started his job this past week, you know, at a retail store. So, you know, it's a little disheartening and everything like that, but it just sounds like we're gonna have to support our kids a little bit longer until they can get those jobs that they need.
I agree. So due to the sake of time, I want to get through at least 3 of these videos. They're not really some like significant of a story. I just find them funny, some of them. So let's get into this first one.
You know you guys aren't going to win the World Cup, right? We have a team? I thought we were just like having you guys come over for a visit. I thought, we have players? Yeah, and we're going to beat you. I mean, am I in the team? Who's in the team? Who's in the team? No, you're players. You're players. Who? Because I can't play soccer. Football. I can't play soccer. So I can't be on the team. I can't be on the team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, most Americans didn't know we have a soccer team. We do. And then
I didn't know. I did not know. Matter of fact, I forgot the World Cup was even starting here. All I know is that I started seeing videos of these Europeans going into Walmart and being so surprised at how big our stores and stuff is, and all them other kind of things. And they was trying Chick-fil-A and all these other restaurants for the first time. I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? And they was like, oh yeah, FIFA. And then on top of that, we don't even know what FIFA means. We don't even know what it means. We don't even know where FIFA came from.
Oh my goodness.
So
something probably a football association international. I don't know, something like that.
We don't know. This is the world's largest sporting event. Nope, the Super Bowl is, because no American knows about the World Cup. We don't care. Like I said, the World Cup came to America. Is the World Cup even going on still? I don't even know if it's still going on, to be honest. I don't know.
Soccer. We call it soccer here, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, like, I get what you. So I see both sides of the story. Like, some people are like upset because we don't know how to host them, and it's like, when was the last time we was hosting the World Cup? Like,
once again, soccer is not a primary sport here. So it's like the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. It's like college football is higher than what is it? High school football is higher than soccer, than whatever the professional soccer team. I'm just saying, when it comes to American
that's called football Americano in some cultures, right? So it's still called football, but it's football Americano because football is actually soccer. Because
football was, both the names were made by Europeans. We didn't call it that. Even soccer could easily be called soccer football and football soccer, and they just dropped the soccer and just called it football in Europe. So they created the name.
It's always been called football because that's what you use.
No, before way back, it was, they called it football soccer or soccer football or something. But soccer was an original name, and then we just kept the name soccer. Like us in the down under, we kept the soccer name, and then the rest of the country just called it football. They dropped it, so it's like
the down under. Are you talking about the Australians?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will say this, right? So I've been out of school for almost 3 decades. Don't worry about that. But during that period of time, I took 7 years of Spanish. Soccer was always called football. And football, American football, was football Americano. It's always been like that. So when you say way back in the day, was it longer than that? Because I've been out of school almost 3 decades.
Well, I mean, like back in the day, I mean, like early 1900s.
Okay, so back when the flu damn near killed everybody.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Okay.
It might, when the game was first created, it was called soccer football or football. It was like the names was put together. And like I said, we just adopted soccer, and the Europeans, and they did adopt this football. They just eventually dropped one part of the name of it. We just kept soccer, they kept football.
Right, but when are we going to stop being bullies and making everybody call things that what we want to call them? And it's not, it didn't originate here.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't even care about it. Like I didn't know what's happening. It's the fact that AT&T, when a man had posted video, said, "Oh, Dallas Stadium looks so amazing," and AT&T commented on his post, was like, "You mean AT&T Stadium?" Because they mad.
I mean, do we still have the Milwaukee Wave here?
Yes.
No. Okay. Like what?
No,
what
but they was saying they was upset because FIFA made them change the names of all the stadiums. So SoFi Stadium was called Los Angeles Stadium. Levi Stadium was called San Francisco Stadium. And
because the people that are not from America need to figure out where these places was. What are you talking
It's not
about?
because of that. So because those brands that these stadiums was named after didn't sponsor FIFA. So FIFA's like, we don't want their names to be shown anywhere. So, and then the crazy part about it is FIFA gave Levi the best marketing tool ever. So if you look at the San Francisco, with Levi Stadium in San Francisco, and with how they covered the Levi sign, Levi took that picture and made it their logo on a social media pages, trolling FIFA, which we still gave.
Why do Americans troll so hard, bro?
Gave them free.
Y'all golly.
FIFA was being
This is why so many other countries have a problem with us.
But
we're bullies.
But no, this was just FIFA being so petty. So like even the condiments in the stadium, they had to cover the name Hyman's. They had to cover Hyman's name.
Okay, now that's petty.
They made them.
That's petty.
They're just like at Gillette Stadium. They made them go. They made them put tape over on Gillette Stadium on the seats. On every seat it says Gillette Stadium. They made them go through and put tape on 80,000 seats.
Why does it say Gillette Stadium on each seat? Now somebody was overdoing it. Now that wasn't even
I don't
necessary.
know, but it's just
that's what they
to
get.
seat.
That's what they get. That's
they
what
made
they
them
get.
go through and put tape over every seat. That's
Who signed that contract that said every seat had to have that on there?
what Gillette Stadium.
Yeah,
Gillette probably did. Like they probably
That's
it was
so
part of the
stupid.
it was part of the
That's
naming
stupid.
rights deal.
That's stupid.
But
That's stupid.
it was just hilarious. I'm like the FIFA they some divas.
Jesus.
Let's get into this next video about iPhones.
Oh Lord.
What type of bullshit is this? So Apple got a new update and you mean to tell me that I can't hang up my own phone call? The person that I'm speaking to, if they have their preferences set to where they can only end the call, they are forcing me to stay on the phone until they end the call. Well, guess what? Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad, Draymond Green throwing elbows, I'm putting this bitch on airplane mode. Lakers in 5. Oh yeah, this right here about to go on a crazy generational run. I'm turning all my data off. You thought you could finesse me? The fuck is you talking about? I pay this phone bill every month. I pay for this phone that I got in my hand, and you telling me I can't end my own damn call? Please enlighten me. Who thought this was a good idea? Who is the madman over there at Apple headquarters that thought of this bullshit? Because it's no way that you're about to try to sit there and force a conversation on me like you pay my phone bill, like you bought the phone for me. Hey, fuck it. If we gotta talk, text me before you call, and I'ma call you, bro, because we ain't dragging out no unnecessary ass conversation.
I wonder how that happens because they say 617, it is 621, right? And I haven't had that problem. And I mean, let's backpedal.
So that's only if somebody else if the person who calls you has that set instead of their phone so that you can hang up.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out how to set that on my phone like that. Okay, so don't come for me. I haven't had an iPhone since iPhone 5 and I was forced into getting so I don't care. I feel like that is something good in certain situations like emergency calls and stuff like that so that somebody can't hang up the phone, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's a little bit much. And the question is like why? Like why would you add that to that? But I haven't experienced that yet.
This is what happens when the top dog in Apple leave and go to Samsung. Mind you, the top guy in Apple after Steve Jobs, whatever thing that happened with Steve Jobs, the top guy in Apple was the person who created the Galaxy phone. And y'all wonder why Galaxies are so more advanced than iPhones. I'm just saying.
I mean, again, I'm upset that I'm stuck with this phone at least for the next 2 years. I mean, I might give it up after a year. I don't know. Some things I like on it, but most things I don't. I'll be honest. Like, I feel like it's more of a aesthetic phone and things that you can do that's real cute, but it's not as functional as a Galaxy phone. And I'm all about function, baby. I need it to help me do stuff and keep me on track. Okay?
I agree. So, this last video today, and then we'll have to come back next week to some of the videos I get to this week. But this video, I really want to get across because this is the pure definition of fuck around and find out.
This is genuinely, baby, one of the funniest interactions I have ever seen in my life.
Meth head. Nigga, I'm a fucking electrician.
I understand you may not actually be a meth head, but at the same time, you are in a kilt and shirtless in a fast food restaurant. All signs point to meth head, but you immediately hear, nigga, I'm an electrician. Where it's like, I never condone use of the N-word, but the way that shit just move, groove, vibe, slides so eloquently, I was like, he's definitely said that before. Like, that's not his first time. He ain't knew this. He true this.
I'm going out there and shut this whole motherfucker down.
Do it.
Right
now.
Listen, they're busting their
People deduction, I can immediately tell, okay, see, he's not racist. He felt so disrespected by the meth head comment. He's like, nigga, you tripping. I'm an electrician. But he ate. You heard, bro. He said, do it then, bitch. And it, the way he turned around was like, all right. You did lose some oil points on that one, because I could tell you wanted the door to fully swing. You wanted to smash that motherfucker right off the rip. But that didn't happen.
I got it on jerk.
You could hear a pin drop in that bitch. He really went, found the electrical box, said, boop. All right, good luck, dickhead, see you never. That man said, I'm an electrician. I'll shut this whole shit down, pussies. And they said, do it. And so he did it. He shut something down mid-bite. I feel like that is the perfect definition of fuck around and find out. And an elite use of free will. Now, again, I do not condone the N-word, but at the same time, like, you can know when somebody racist and when they not. Where clearly he was like, nigga, you tripping. You just call me a meth head? I watch how this electrician work.
That was the pure definition. Tina, you muted. That's the pure definition of fuck around and find out.
He ate that shit down. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, okay, so a little bit of backstory, right? So Irish people and Scottish people are the ones that wear kilts, right?
Mhm.
They was never really fully accepted in Caucasian society, so they're viewed as like minority Caucasians, right? So I get why the N-word slid off his tongue, because I mean, he probably
They hang
hear
around us.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he came in there, why he was so disgruntled, why he didn't have a shirt on and only just a kilt. Like, where are you coming from and what's happening? And I mean, he could have just been drunk. He didn't seem like he was
minding
on
his
that.
business,
Like he
turn
was
drunk.
intoxicated.
I want me a sandwich and go about my business. And here y'all
That's
go
it.
talking shit about me being in here in my kilt.
That
Nigga,
man
I'm an electrician. Why you calling me a man?
Right. Like, what you talking about? He was at the front door, running around to the side, and that's all she wrote. That is hilarious.
He shut that motherfucker down.
So petty. He ate with that.
It's so funny because you heard the
Ain't
clip
nobody
and it
eating
got real
sandwiches.
quiet in there. It got real quiet.
Ain't nobody eating sandwiches. I love it. I love the type of pettiness, boy. Well, he was still with it enough to come out to hit the lights, the electricity, meth head or not.
All right, let's head into final thoughts.
Okay, so my final thought is y'all president is crazy. He really do be drawing on the White House walls with crayons. He fall asleep because he need nap time. He don't understand half of what's going on when it's happening. Like the temper tantrums, the inconsistencies, and the lack of critical thinking. Like what else do y'all need, and how long we got left to deal with this? I'm still trying to figure out why we have not impeached him yet. He needs to be sitting at home somewhere retired, okay? And then just to live out the rest of his life golfing, because that's really what he wants to do. And that's okay. You know, it's just the fact that the American society is just down the toilet. It ain't going down the toilet. It's down the toilet. And it's how long is it going to take for us to dig ourselves out of this hole? And that's what I really want people to think about and understand. Like, we're going to have to rebound from this, and it's going to take years to make all of this straight. Nobody is going to trust us, as they shouldn't. I wouldn't trust us. You know what I'm saying? But all of us are going to suffer. Life is getting really hard. You know, we need to stop thinking about, you know, oh, this person race, this person's gender identity, this person's this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, we all just trying to survive out here. And by the way, if y'all got a green card, hit me up. And that's my final thought.
Sleepy Trump needs to go. This man keeps falling asleep everywhere. He clearly doesn't have a clue about what he's doing as far as running this country. He's running the country in the ground to the point that I don't think America can recover at this point. Criminals, if you're gonna go be out here being criminals, stop being criminals out here with your kids. Because I feel like if you wasn't out here being criminal with your kid, you know, your kid would still be here. And what else is there? The reflecting pool. Stop coming up with excuses for Donald Trump over this reflective pool. He messed up. He know he.
Man,
he
go
really
find a
messed up.
fine
He
ass
messed up.
schoolboy to go take care of that. It ain't that hard. I'm sorry.
Right, like yeah, the reflective pool, like it just, yeah, he's fucked up everything. We in this situation because of him, and then one thing I learned from this episode, I need to up my game when it comes to teaching people what happens when they fuck around and find out. And then that's my final thought. And gas is too damn high.
Still. That shit
All
was
right.
like,
With that being
I'm sorry.
With that being said, we see you all on the next episode of Sane Casting for Day podcast, where we discuss the news topics that was breaking throughout the week. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to check out our social media pages. Don't forget to check out our merch store. I'm in the process of looking for a new host for our merch store. We can have better merch out there for you guys. So make sure y'all be looking out for that. But with that being said, still, thank you all for tuning in to Sane Casting for Day podcast, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.